So, to complete my fuel filter generation change videos, we got a 2006 DT466E with the EGR. Change the fuel filter on this. Probably metric cap bolt there, but I'm using the 15/16 up here on the top. Take that out. I do have like this snap-on flip socket, I guess, that Ford uses. I think that's a 24. That fit on there. I think it was a little loose, but it was working. So put a hose, little drain hose there on the drain valve. I'm gonna drain the fuel out of the filter. I just turn this little valve there. It should start draining the fuel. I will loosen the cap as we go and let air in so it can actually drain better, because you get kind of like a vacuum lock. So once we got that drained, obviously just pull the cap off. Now there's a standpipe inside there, but you got to be careful you don't break. It goes, I believe, inside of the filter, so you can't just pull it up and like kind of rip it over, or you can break it. So what I'm gonna do is try and find a place to stand. So I want to try to pull it straight up. Because you can see that little plastic pipe in there is plastic. So if you pull it to the side, you can break it, and then you'll have a problem. So usually you get a bunch of dirt and stuff inside there, like so. Got on the back there. I will take a paper towel, try to clean that out, make sure there ain't anything in there. Get as clean as you can. So I'm gonna pull a filter off the bottom of this cap. Just kind of give it a bit of a tug and it comes off. I'm gonna change this O-ring out right here with the one that comes in the kit. Here's the part number for the kit. BF7779 Baldwin filter. Push a new filter into the cap. I put a little diesel around the O-ring of the filter on the bottom there. I also put a little diesel around the O-ring that's in the top of the cap too. Just go to your snug, give it a little extra, and I don't know. Don't go too tight. 25 Newton meters. Go to that. So you get this CompuCheck check valve up on top, if you can see it. I'm going to kind of hold that down, and I'm going to purge the air out of this so I don't really force too much air into the fuel rail that's inside the head. Just kind of bleed this out, and then there is a Schrader valve on the side of the head that you can check fuel pressure at. I usually depress that and give it a couple more pumps to try to get out any air that might be in the manifold, because you don't want air to be in there. I believe there was a technical bulletin on this quite some time ago about when they went to the style filter housing to purge the air out of the fuel rail, because I guess people weren't doing that and it was causing injector problems. Alright, so I'm going to close off this valve that we drained it from and drop the line off the bottom, and there is a screen on the bottom of this filter housing that we will clean. That is what the other O-ring is for. Hopefully it is the right size. There's this cap on the bottom here. I believe you got to take that off think it's a water drain. So I got one of these half a washer bottle. Usually you can get it into tight spots because one, you don't care about it, and two, they kind of crush down pretty good. There, got that in there. So let's unscrew this bottom cap. Pull that off. It's got a little tab in there so you can't just pull it off easy. Then we're going to put a socket on the bottom of this. In case you can't see, there's a flat down there on the bottom for a socket. So there's this plug on there, a little heater plug. You push in the metal wire, push it in, and just unplug it. It's for a heater element. So I'm using a 15/16 long socket with or deep well socket with a flex head ratchet. I guess there's a little bit of diesel in there after all. Took the drain off and nothing was coming out. And you kind of break that vacuum seal where the O-ring is, and there you go. Comes out all over the floor. So there is basically almost nothing on there, but I guess you want to check. Well, like I say, I very rarely have anything on here, so I'm going to blow this off with a air gun, and then I'll change the O-ring and put it back in. So this piece does come out, just so you know. This one is just the worst, especially if you're trying to record it. Plug your connector back in. How's that? Take our drain, plug it. Push our drain back in there. Snug that up. So, right in here. You see it right there. That is like a valve stem cap. We're gonna take that off. That's where we're gonna finish bleed. This, you might not get a lot out of there. I just like to check. This does go uphill, so the air should be up there if there's any in it. So, let's see, we're gonna go up here, this compu check valve. I'm just gonna push the center of it in. Just to let the air out. And we got the pump here. This screws in, so you're gonna unscrew that, and then you're gonna just pump it. So I'm gonna push this little valve down. All right, I get fuel coming out now. There's that. Stick a paper towel up here on this fuel rail. It's gonna come out and leak, obviously. Just give it a couple pumps. Yeah, there's no air in there. So I lucked out with that. So push this in, screw that back in. And that should be that. So start it up. Let it run a little bit, bleed the air out that might be in there. I don't think we should have any, but can be a thing. So that's how I do that. So if you need a part number for a cap, that is a cap right there. It comes with the cap, an O-ring, and that fitting. I'll show you what the fitting looks like. So there's I got it because that cap was really hard to turn at first, and I was kind of afraid I was going to break it. That is what the CompuCheck valve looks like. So I just pushed that little button in to bleed it out there. But I say I got that just in case, because I was having a little difficulty turning it and I didn't want to break it, and I actually broke the bottom right off of one of the ones for the 1-tons for the F550s. I turned it and it just snapped the bottom little nut on the bottom of the plastic thing right off. I had to use a filter wrench to ultimately get it off, and I got another one, but that's that. So anyway, hope that can help somebody. Thanks for watching.